Good afternoon, everyone. I am Zena Purtin and I'll be your anchor for today. Do you also use a lot of argumented filters to make your pictures more aesthetic in social media handles? And do you want to know what goes in depth in that? Well, then this webinar is just for you. Sudans Tech welcomes all of you for this wonderful webinar. We really appreciate you taking some time of your busy schedule to attend this webinar and learn something new. Well, let's keep the spirit high throughout this webinar and for the upcoming webinars too. Today's webinar is basically on the topic. Let's get started with AR filter with none other than Mrunank Pawar. He is the AngelHack Student Ambassador, Google crowdsource, an influencer, and many more. Well, without further ado, let's all welcome Mr. Mrunank Pawar. The stage is all yours.
Hi Sudans, hi everyone, and thanks for taking your time off the busy schedule and joining this session to learn how to create AI filters. So first of all, before starting to the session, I would like to thank Sudans Tech for this opportunity and for this great initiative they are spreading throughout this world by organizing some sessions, introductive and informative sessions, which will help the folks to broaden their skill set. So yeah, thanks a lot, Sudans Tech. Today in this session, we will be learning what is Spark AR and how we can create AR filters. Okay. So, before moving towards the session, I would like to introduce myself. I am an engineering student. Also, I am Google Crowdsource influencer from India, AngelHack Student Ambassador. Also, being active in various tech communities, it may be non-tech communities as well. I like to be a part of various communities. I have attended 10 plus hackathons. Besides all these school and college activities, extracurricular activities, my hobbies are to play taekwondo and do sketching in my free time. So that was a pretty quick introduction about myself. Also, you can follow me on socials. All my social handles are given in the slide. So, the very first question that comes in our mind is that what is Spark AR? Okay, so Spark AR is a product which is developed by Facebook. So it is basically a Facebook's product which helps you to create some awesome and amazing filters for Facebook and Instagram. Okay, so for creating an AR filter, there are a few requirements, but before moving to the requirements, I would like to ask a question that how many of you use Facebook or Instagram or have accounts on the same? So like staying living in the digital world or digital age, we can say most of us have a Facebook or Instagram account. Okay, so many of us use Instagram filters to beautify our face or to show some support to some organizations, or maybe for some teams, or there are various like events which are going on, and for showing support to them or for spreading the word for them, we use Instagram filters. Okay, so this is the use. I can't say for sure, but I know that after in coming years, Instagram augmented reality filters will be the future of marketing or advertising the product, because through these stories or through the posts you can share a lot. So this will be the future of advertising and marketing. So moving towards what will be the requirements for creating an AR filter. So there are very simple requirements. The first basic requirement is that you need an Facebook account to get started with Spark AR. So speaking about the software requirements, it is Spark AR Studio and Spark AR Player. These two are the main basic requirements which you compulsorily need. Okay, so Spark Air Studio is the place where we will be creating or developing our air filter, and Spark Air Player is the place where we will be testing our air filters. If you, even if you don't have Spark Air Player installed in your phones, you can still check it on Spark Air Studio. But having Spark Air Player is recommended because it gives like you can test your filter, like how it looks and how it feels to use an air filter in mobile phone, because there is a difference between laptop and mobile phone. We can say the configuration or the screen size differs. So Spark Air Player is available for both Android and iOS. Also, Spark Air Studio is available for Windows as well as Mac OS and other operating systems. So, step two is that you need to keep your assets ready. So, what basically are assets? Assets are the most essential component in any AR filter. So you must have seen many air filters, like they have something on their head or uh, around their body. So those are the assets. Images, we can say assets are basically images which you create in some softwares, may it be Photoshop or AR Live. Spark AR has its own AR library. You can import assets from the same, or you can create your own assets using Canva, Photoshop, or any other filters or any other softwares which you use, which you are comfortable with. So having assets ready is really important because it makes you like very quick to create air filters. You don't need to waste time after you start creating filter, then you think that, oh, I forgot to create that asset. Then you create that asset, then again import it to your project, then add that to your filter to your environment. So having assets handy is the best thing, because it is highly recommended, because it makes your life easy, nothing else. So now you have your assets ready, and now you need to open the Spark Air Studio. We will be doing a small demo after the slides. I will just quickly go through all the slides and then we will move towards the demo. We will create a small, very simple air filter. So once you open the Spark Air Studio, you can see the four options, like there is plane tracking, face tracking, like you can create an air filter from scratch, that is create a blank project. So I personally recommend that creating a blank project and building an air filter from scratch will be a better idea, as a beginner as well, and for the professionals as well. It is a great idea to always start a project from scratch. Okay, so now you are on you have opened the Spark Air, what we can say, Spark Air Studio. And now this is the environment, like where you are going to develop your AR filter. The left pane is like the place where you can see all the trackers you have added to your filter. On the right side you can see how your filter will look, and there is a patch editor at the bottom. You will see this all the, what we can say, all this environment in a few minutes, when I will go through all the slides and then we will move towards the demo. So adding a tracker, what basically is a tracker? When you add a face tracker, it will track your whole face. That is, all the part will be tracked by the Spark AR, and you can position your assets on that. For example, you have added a face tracker and you had added an asset on that tracker. So like in this example, you can see that there is a mask on my face. So I have added a face tracker and added a mask asset on my mouth. So when I will move my face towards the left or right, then the mask will also move. In the other case, if I had added only the face tracker and there was no mask was not added to the face tracker, but only added as an asset, then even though I move my head, the mask will remain on its initial position only. It will not move with my mouth. It will just stay like this, and my mouth will move. But it looks very dirty, like what we want when we look above, below, or to any side, then the elements which are made, or the assets which we had prepared to be on face, are not doing their work properly. So for that we need to add trackers, or there is a plane tracker as well. When you want, like, you have some table, and you want to track that plane. When that plane moves, or when that table moves, the objects or the assets placed on that table will also move along with that plane. So basically tracker will track all the movements, and it will move your asset accordingly. Yeah. So step 5 is making it interactive. Okay. So no one likes some boring effects, or we can't say it boring, but those look awesome. Simple air filters are really awesome. But most folks like to make it interactive, to make some show some magic. Okay. So while making it interactive, Spark AR provides you with a patch editor. So in patch editor, you can go through, like, there are some conditions or some patches. You just have to drag and drop those patches, and connect the lines between those patches. So like, those folks who are from programming background, or nothing big or nothing very complicated, but it's just simple. If you open your mouth, then the filter will disappear. Or the for example, let's say you are wearing a hat, and if your mouth is open, then that hat will disappear. But if your mouth is closed, as soon as your mouth closes, your hat will reappear. Okay. So this can be made possible. This is interactiveness. Or we can say, you give some instruction to the user, that tap on the screen. Or you must have seen, if you have used any filters, then you must have seen that many of them give instructions that tap on screen, or open your mouth, like, or smile. So this all is tracked by the Spark AR, and then it behaves accordingly. Like, if you have opened your mouth, then the cap will disappear. But as soon as you close your mouth, the cap will reappear. This happens through the patch editors. Okay. So it's very simple. If your mouth is open, then disappear the cap, remove the cap from the assets. And else, if your mouth is closed, then the cap will be there. So this is interactiveness. The more interactive your filter is, the more complicated it will get, but the more users will get attracted towards your filter. So that's very important, because the purpose behind creating an AR filter is that, to promote your brand, or promote your organization, or getting more users attracted to your brand or organization. So now, we are done with our filter. So what if our filter is not working properly? So for that we need to do some testing work. So it isn't any software testing, so it's very easy to test your air filters. We will see how we can test in a incoming few minutes. So now, to test your filter, Spark Air provides you two options. One is on the device. As I said, you need Spark Air Player, and when you connect your phone to the laptop or the desktop, or anything on any machine from which you have developed the filter, you can just when you are connected, you can just click on the send to Spark Air Player, and the link will be and you need to open the app in your phone or mobile phone. And once you open the app, the filter will immediately get inserted into your mobile phones. So you can test it whether it's working fine or not. You can check the interactiveness, whether when we click on tap on the screen, then whether the magic we are trying to build is working or not. Are there any issues? it will not show any errors to you, but you need to uh, personally check whether what is the problem, what problem are you facing while creating the interactiveness. So yeah, that's all about testing. You can, the second option is that you can send the links. As I said earlier, you need a Facebook account to create a to enter into Spark AR studio. So there are two options, that send link to Facebook and send link to Instagram. When you click on send link, then you will get notification from on your Facebook or Instagram's your notification part. And when you receive a notification, you just need to click on that part and you can use the effect. Also, besides this, if you are creating a filter for any organization, you can try by sending it to you. But what if the organization lead or some other person wants to try it? So Spark Air also provides you with 50 link shares. You can share the link with 50 other users, which who can like try those filter and correct you or tell you some changes, suggest you some changes to make. Like if they want something very big or the asset size to be small, then they can tell you the required changes. So this was about the testing, and now our filter is ready to get published. But before publishing, there are a few steps you need to follow. So for publishing the effect, there should be a demo, right? How folks should like use your effect. What should be the, like if you have added interactiveness into it, then what should be clicked to see the magic? So you need to click a small demo video, not big, but 5 to 10 seconds can work. You can also add audio to it. Like you can shoot a video, a small video with which will have audio, and you will instruct how to use what the filter does. So when you do it, just click a small video and keep a small logo, 200 by 200 pixel square logo, which you can see when you publish. You must be seeing like when you scroll through the filters or effects created by some other folks, you can see a small circle, and in that circle there is a logo. That logo is a 200 by 200 pixel logo, which you need to have handy so that it doesn't create any problem while publishing the effect. So for now you are ready with your all the things, that small demo video and the uh, your AR filter logo. So now you are ready to publish your AR filter. And to before like publishing, just make sure that you have tested it on device, because many times what happens, you add such a capability to the filter that is not available. Like it's not possible for folks who have a small configuration mobile or any particular feature in their phone. Because what happens if you have added a capability that the background behind me, when I'm using a air filter, the background behind me gets changed completely to some color, or something is falling, or some video you have some image you have added. For example, let's take that I want to add a green screen behind me. So what I will do is track my body and change the background to green color. But in this part, what happens, uh, this capability can be used only to those filters, or only to those phones who have portrait camera in their front camera, selfie camera. Okay. So the folks who are using small end mobiles or doesn't have front portrait camera in their selfie cameras, so there's some issue, like they can't try the filter, right? It's not like, it's not recommended. If you are creating filter, make it user friendly. Anyone in this world must be able to use that filter. So that's what I recommend. When you test on device, it will give you the if it there are some capabilities in your project which are not available for all the devices, then it will give you a red error that this capability cannot be added to this because all the devices do not support this capability. So so you can make the changes accordingly, like you can remove the background and add some more assets or some other interactivity to the background, or make some required changes. So this was about publishing. If you have any doubts, we will be going through the demo, but if you still have any doubts till now, then do uh, mention it those in the comments, and I will take a quick look at that. Just let me know if there are any issues, or if there is any problem you are facing. Cool. So I think till then we can move towards the demo. So I will be sharing my another screen for showing you a small demo of how you can create an air filter. So if possible, do share the screenshots of this session, and don't forget to tag me on my socials. All the handles are given on the screen. Great. Cool. So now we will be creating a small project, like a small AR filter. Blank project. We will be creating it from scratch. Yeah. So let's start. So this is the left pane where you can see all the. This is the scene part, we can say, where you can add some objects to the scene. This is ambient light or directional light for giving a 3D effect to your air filter. Then there are some layers as well. So we will be working on a single layer, and there are, you can add objects. That is the, as I said, face tracker is there, plane tracker is there. You can add those trackers or some other things as well in the objects. Here the assets which we have prepared, or as I said, you need to keep your assets handy. So all the assets which you have prepared, you need to import it, or you can import it parallelly, like as when we add the object and add material to that. So here you can see the properties and transformation which we will be adding to our objects. Here you can see there are they have given some devices, like there are a few devices here: iPhone 8, iPhone 8 plus, then iPhone AC, then iPad. There is iPad Pro. There are a few Android devices like Samsung Galaxy, or we can say Google Pixel 2 XL. Okay, so Nexus 9 is there. What we can do is this gives you the screen ratio. Okay, so once you have the ratio, it will be easier for you to create an air filter. You can view what you are making changes in this in this window, you can say. You can resize it as well as per your needs, so you can zoom it so that you can understand what you are doing. So let's start to create an air filter. So okay, I forgot to mention these things. You can also use your own camera. Okay, so I will use my own camera. So yeah, so this is my face on the screen. You can use these some demo videos they have clicked for you. So there is also a blank project. You can change the faces as per your need if you want to try a filter on his face, you can do it. You can change, or if you're comfortable enough, then you can try it on your own face too. So yeah, if you pause, then it will get paused, like the video will get stuck. Okay, if you refresh, then it will get refreshed. Yeah. Here there is AR library. As I said, you can import the assets from their AR library as well. So you can, here is a test on device. Like I have added my Facebook and Instagram links, Instagram account. So when I click on send, it will send me a notification with the link to try the air filter. Here it is preview in Spark Air Player. If you have Spark Air Player, when you click on this, I have not connected my phone right now, but if I connect the phone, then it will say send to Spark Air Player. Once you send, you will your air filter will get exported from here and get imported into there. So this is the publish button from where you can publish your effect. Yeah. So now I will be adding a simple object. Just a moment. Yeah. So we will be adding a simple plane to our scene. Now I have added a plane to my scene. Okay, so now you can see there is some chessboard type on my face. So now what I will recommend is that, like, if you can see, it is showing me the name plane 0. So I recommend you that make the changes and rename it. Okay, so I will rename it that. So today we will be creating an AR filter for Sudans Tech. So I will type Sudans Tech, or what I can type is logo. Yeah, okay, simple. So I have typed logo now, and this is my plane. Okay, so I can move it either with by dragging these arrows, this one, by moving it in accordingly, like X, Y, and Z axis. Or what I can do is make the changes in the position part, like in the transform it. Like for example, if I position it into X, oops, 0. Yeah. So let's try to increase it gradually. So see, you can see it is going here as I. Okay. Let's keep it like, for showing you the effect. It's 0.5 is going out of the scene. Then I can try with 0.1. It has moved a bit. 0.4 is on the edge of the screen. 0.3. So like this, you can just tweak around with the values of X, Y, and Z axis. Now, this was about the position of this block or this plane. So now I want to scale this plane, and I want to make it rectangular. So what I can do is make it 3:1, or maybe it become a big. So 2:1. Now this is a rectangle. I can make it again square, but a big one, 2 by 2 square. Then I can change the z-axis if it is a 3D object. If you have some cube or some 3D object, then you can change the depth as well by changing the z-axis. So now it is too big. Let's change the values to initial ones. Okay, so we will adjust it accordingly. So now I want to keep this below my chin. Okay, so you can change it or place it anywhere on the screen. So for right now, we will keep it below my chin. And now we have decided, we are conformed with the position of the plane. Now what we have to do is apply material to this plane. So like, what you can think of is, I will give a small analogy. This plane is a wall which is just created, when you are building a wall, it is just of bricks. Okay, so this is a brick wall. Now what you want to do is, you want to beautify it. Okay, so for beautifying, you need to apply cement to the wall, and then you can apply the texture or wallpaper or color the wall. So now what I will do is apply a material, As soon as I clicked on the plus icon in front of materials, it turned into gray. So this is, we can say, the cement about after the cement layer which is applied on the brick wall. So similar thing, I will recommend you that change the material 0 to I can say HT logo. Okay, so HT logo is my material which to which I am going to beautify. Now it's the cement wall and I need to beautify it by making it like look very rich, or uh, just, we don't like the cement walls in a house, no one wants to live. May it be a gray color, but no one wants like to live in a cement wall house. So now everyone likes beautiful walls, beautifully painted walls. So now we will add texture to it. So I will choose, there is a texture panel, and I can either choose new texture or choose a file directly. So I will choose a file, and I have a logo from Sudans Tech. So I will click open. Yeah. So now we have added our asset to the material, and like we can say, our asset was a texture. We applied that texture to the material. Okay. So that material was added to a plane. So this is our logo. Now we can move it anywhere as we want. Okay, so you can change it accordingly. For example, what happens now, I am using this effect on my laptop, but when we click a selfie or when we click photos, we no one clicks it like by holding the phone in front of our eyes. Okay, so we always keep a hand in some angle, maybe above or below. So that's why that is the reason why I say that test the filter on your device. Okay, so now what I will do is I will take this okay, so there is some changes in the position. Just let me make it to initial ones. Okay, so now it's to 000. So what I want to do is I will place this filter above my head. Okay, and now you can see, just let me share it. Okay, it went a bit up. Yeah, so now I can keep it like this. Or if there's a person that if you already have something above, then also you can scale it. If you think that the image is looking stretched, so you can also make it like zero point 0.8 maybe. Okay, so 0.8 is the value. When you are think that now it's looking perfect, you can tweak around these values to change, like it will be changing by, it will be incrementing by 1. So yeah, 0.8 looks perfect for me. Or I can also change this. It was the perfect one, but I'm just showing you how it can work, how it works. So I will just keep 111. Yeah, so it's perfect. Now you have placed this on the on you below your face. Now what you want to do is you want to add a face tracker. Okay, so let's add an object. Add a face tracker. Click on insert. Now you have your face tracker. Okay, just let me click it here. Yeah. Okay. So now you can see as I move my face, let me put it above my head because it's not visible. Okay. Okay, so you can see as I move my head, the logo of Sudans Tech is also moving. Okay, so this gives a better look. So now there is a disadvantage of using face tracker. When I hide my face, when the Spark AR cannot detect my face, it will remove that logo. Like see, it removed. As soon as I show my face, it will again appear. So if you are creating an AR filter for some brand or for some organization, then I will recommend that don't use face tracker for the logos or emojis. or for some assets which you have imported or which are important for that filter. So I think it's fine now. Okay, so now I will remove the logo there, add it here. Okay, so now you can see, if even though I don't show my I hide my face, then also the field then also the what we can say, the plane is as it is, so it's not getting hidden. So the another benefit of not adding a face tracker is that even though if you there are some folks who are camera shy or don't want to click their own pictures, but they want to contribute towards the growth or towards the progress of the organization. So in that case, folks can just turn on their camera and click a picture of anything. May it be their desk setup, may it be of a garden, may it be of sky, anything. The purpose behind creating AI filters is that to showing the gratitude or to show some support to the organizations. So you can show it without your face as well, right? I highly recommend that please use your faces, because it gives more personalized personalized support, I can say. But there are some few people, those who are camera shy, and it's totally fine if you're camera shy, but mostly try to create an air filter. And if you are try to not add these planes to the face tracker, because the reason is that only if someone wants to click some other picture, they cannot, because there is not a face in it. It searches for a face for tracking the objects on your face. So yeah, that's it. Like, we have created a pretty good air filter right now. Let's test it on these demo folks. So I think it looks a bit stretched. What we can do is just tweak around the values, and I think I will put it 0.8. Yeah, so let's keep it 0.9 so that it doesn't. Yeah, okay. So you can check it. Now if you want to lock some position, then you will just pause the video, play the video again, pause the video, play the video again. uh, you can restart it from the beginning. Okay, so now we have created an air filter. So as I said, now we need to test it. So when I click on test on device, I will send a link on my Facebook and Instagram. It will notify me. Okay, so it will notify me about the it will notify me as soon as this gets completed. Okay, so I have received a notification. So as I said that you can send the link to 50 users. So when you click on test link, this drop down, you can share this copy link and paste it to the folks or to the organization leads for whom you are creating the filter. You can share it to them so that they can try and give you some suggestions to make that filter amazing. Yeah. So now what you need to do is create a small demo video, and once you are done with that video, make sure that you also have a small logo, 200 by 200 pixel logo handy. And also, not to forget, please make sure that the logo which you are keeping handy is not having any transparency. Just keep it an opaque background, so that because they don't accept transparent backgrounds, it will show you an error while publishing the effect. So once you are ready with it, click on publish button. If you are updating an existing effect, you will click on this. But if you are publishing a new effect, you need to click on publish new effect. Then this will give you this is the place where you can record your video, or you can just shoot your video on your mobile phone and then import it to your device. Okay, so This will check whether the requirements your filter is approving the your filters are fulfilling their requirements, whether the file sizes are fine, whether the capabilities are fine. Here it will show you the effect. It will show you the error if you have some capabilities, that is, as I gave the example of changing the background. So here it will show you an error that there is a capability that doesn't match all the devices, or we recommend you to choose some other capability. Okay. So yeah, when you click on upload, I will not upload it right now. Okay, so when you click on upload, then it will redirect you to the Spark AR Hub dashboard. And on that dashboard you need to fill a few things like what is the filter about, whether it is an organization celebration of an event, whether it is thankfulness, whether it is a color filter, like you are adding some colors to it, like may it be a black and white filter, or you are adding some vividness to the filter, etc. So that's the thing you need to mention there. You have to put a name, you have to give a name for your filter. Also you need to put some tags so that what should folks search to create to get your filter. So now I have created a filter for Sudans Tech. So when we search, so when someone search in effects section that Sudans Tech, this filter will arrive. So yeah, that's it. And when you click on publish button, it will Spark Air will take nearly 5 days to review your effect, whether all their rules and regulations are, um, whether your effect is accepting and is fitting into their rules and regulations. If yes, then your filter will get approved, and you will get a special section on your Instagram profile which will say effects, which will contain all the effects which you have created. So yeah, that's all about the session, and just let me know if you have any queries.
Hello. So there were some of the queries there in like the form. So I'll just
Yeah,
ask you out. One of the question was, what is the scope for non-technical person to pursue AR as a career?
sure. So I am not sure about career, but I can say that for creating air filters, you having a technical knowledge is not a prerequisite. Okay, so you can, if you are a non-tech person, you can for sure create air filters because it is really very simple. So sure. Yeah. So
And
I just
then
yeah.
and there was that there. Can you suggest any projects that can be done for beginners in like people who are beginning to do
Yeah,
and create
sure.
AR
So
filters?
speaking about projects, I would like to mention that there are many, what you can say, there are many events happening right now. Like there is an IPL. IPL is going on, so you can create an air filter for showing support to your favorite team, or you can just create a poll that what is your favorite IPL team, the team with maximum votes. You can create an air filter for them and tell those users to use your air filter. So what will happen is simultaneously you will get a good practice in creating air filters, and soon you will be getting some projects from other organizations as well.
And then, what do you think is like the future of AR and VR?
So yeah, speaking about the future, it's really great because you must have seen most of the brands have their what they do is you can check this in AR, view this in AR, because recently Apple event uh, there was an Apple event, and they launched some great products. So you can view the Apple Watch is there, or iPhone is there. You can view that in AR. Okay, so I think many impossible things which we think those are impossible right now can be possible with the help of AR. No one knows.
So, yeah, that was most of the questions.
Yeah.
Thank you for
So also,
answering
as
that.
I said in the beginning, that AR can the filters, specifically speaking about the filters, AR filters can be the future of marketing or future of ads, because most of them, like I can say that 90% of the youth is using social media. So what many of us get opportunities from social media. I myself have got some opportunities from social media. So branding or marketing on social media is like literally rising or taking some high peaks. So creating AR filter for some brand, and then they will share it on their profiles, and then what they can do is, when someone is sharing an AR filter having their product, so many folks can reach to them that, oh, I saw this, because you must have seen that you get a lot of quantity of viewers on your story, but there is no much engagement on your post. So most of the folks just scroll through the stories, and then they can, if they see something eye catching, then it's a great thing for some brand or organization.
Okay, then I think every query has been answered and your thing is done, so we can wind it up.
Yeah, sure. So thanks a
Okay.
lot, Sudans Tech, for providing me this opportunity once again. Looking forward to connect with you all again. Thank you.
So thank you so much, Mr. Mrunank, for being here today and sharing your valuable knowledge. It was a very interesting session. And I'd also like to thank all the audience who was super interactive and enthusiastic. Well, if I've liked this webinar, then please share your feedback with us on how to make it even more exciting for you. And the feedback link will be given in the comment box. Also, follow us on our social media handles and join our Discord community to learn more about this and to be notified about upcoming webinars and workshops just like this. Thank you so much. Have a nice day ahead.